So now we're going to read out how much protein we have using Bio-Ret and our C96 that we just saw how it was loaded, with a standard curve going from no known protein, 0 protein, all the way to 2 micrograms per microliter of protein in triplicates. And then in row 9 we had 3 triplicates of our sample, and in row 10 we had 1 to 5. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk over to my plate reader, and I am going to turn it on. So I'm going to turn it on, and it's going to shoot out this place that's going to spit the plate reader. It's attached to a computer with a USB port, and I have a program on here that I'm going to open up that looks like a plate reader. So I'm going to open it. And I'm going to find our template, which is the Cell Bio Lab Bio-Ret template. Okay, and now I'm going to load my Bio-Ret into my wells. So I'm going to take 50 microliters of my Bio-Ret, and I'm going to put it into each one of my 3 wells here. Okay, and I'm just going to keep going down until I have added 50 microliters of Bio-Ret to all of my plate, including my samples. Notice I'm not changing tips between these because I'm going from lower to higher. And now I have 6, and we can already appreciate that by the time we are at 6, we're going to see a purple color, and I'm going to add that to my sample as well. You never want to do your standards before your samples. You do your samples and your standards at the same time. So I'm going to lift this up into the air, and I'm going to show you that they all have about 100 microliters of liquid in them. 50 microliters of sample and 50 microliters of Bio-Ret. So while I'm waiting for my Bio-Ret assay, I'm going to click on that particular template. And when it opens up, I've already set this up. It's just a matter of clicking what you have in each one. So we have standards running across from 1 through 6 with 0 protein all the way to 2 micrograms per microliter of protein in triplicates. We have a blank. The plastic number will be subtracted from all of those. And then we have samples. We only loaded sample 1 and sample 2. Sample 3 and 4 should be blank. As far as the procedure is concerned, we can set up any of these parameters. This is a plate reader that has a lot of functionality. This is a really simple assay. We have a 96 well flat bottomed plate that we just bought from Falcon. We're going to shake it for about 5 seconds because I didn't vortex it or pipette up and down, and we are going to read it at an absorbance of 540. And when we tell it to take a run, that little green circle with the little arrow, it's going to ask us to place it on the carrier. They do have a little symbol on here that says A1. So we're going to match A1 of our plate to A1 in the corner. And we're going to come over here and we're going to say okay. Now what's going to happen is the plate, I told it had a lid. So the plate's going to get taken into the plate reader, and every single well will give us an arbitrary unit of how much of the 540 nanometer light was absorbed. Now Bio-Ret is going to make a purple color when it's positive. And you can notice that we're going up in our absorbance of that color. And then here's our samples, and this is our plastic, and here's our plastic. And so each one of you are going to get this data. Bio-Ret is a carcinogen. We don't put it down the trash. So when this comes out, I am going to be pouring it into its own container. And I've gotten all of my data, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this little Excel export symbol. and it's going to export all that data into an Excel spreadsheet for us. So once again, Biuret is a carcinogen, so we're not going to put this into the trash until we take all the liquid and put it into its own container. Biuret is purple to see. I don't know that we can see that. Can we? Maybe. You can see it where I'm from, but as you go across, it became more purple. Now the absorbance was set to 540, so we're going to discuss why you are looking at 540 for something you're seeing as purple. So we're officially done with our protein quantification, and I will show us how to crunch the numbers.